Fam, happy full moon. This is the flower in Scorpio. Let's welcome in the energy. A ring a ding ding. You know what the Zeppelin is? That's what I saw. I saw the Zeppelin blowing up, crashing, and burning. I saw all the spectators, all the men, women, and children watching this tragedy go down. And God help those people that were actually in the plane when it did crash and burn. There's been a lot going on, okay, especially over these last 2 weeks, a lot. Um, it's just been a really busy time, and you'll know this message is for you if you have been feeling busy, like you have been doing so much, maybe interacting with others, going out and about, hanging out. Your schedule was full. You were busy, right? Maybe you've been also feeling clumsy, tripping over your own feet, walking into walls, dropping things, breaking things, your appetite. You've been craving junk food, adding a little bit more salt to your food. And you've been wanting more simplistic dishes, chicken nuggets and fries, mac and cheese, like a kid's palate over these last 2 weeks going into this flower full moon. This has been all because that Zeppelin I told you about, that Zeppelin blew up, crashed, and burned. Okay? The busyness, the chaos that's been happening to you, for you, before you, around you. It's just been just a whirlwind. Some of you have been in that cyclone, that whirlwind, got caught up in it. Some of you were the spectators watching everything crash and burn. Others of you were up there in the Zeppelin when it crashed and burned. But in the end, we all died. We all died. The end. And with death, there always comes a rebirth, only to begin and end again. And that's where we're at. We all experienced a death, and we are now in the rebirth. We went through the toddler and adolescent phase where we were clumsy and dropping things and running into walls, banging our elbows, falling downstairs. We're okay. We've had that weird appetite, trying to satisfy those sweet and salty cravings, knowing that we don't have the metabolism that we once did. But we have been indulging. You may have been experiencing similar to growing pains, pains in your knees that you don't normally have, pains in your spine specifically, pains in your elbows, neck pains, growing pains. And now this is where we're at. The chaos that we have been affected by, because we all have been affected by it recently, has come in many shapes and forms. I'm seeing my condolences. I'm seeing deaths. I'm seeing apartment buildings on fire. I'm seeing car wrecks. I'm seeing heartbreak, sabotage, self-sabotage, and external. Others sabotaging. There's been so much here. And again, for some of you, it was happening for you, but there's a good portion of you where all of these things were happening to others outside of you. They were coming and running to you saying, oh my God, my apartment caught on fire. You won't believe it. I lost everything. But my pets are okay, thank God. Or they come to you and say, oh, me and so broke up. After 5-6 years of being together, they just broke up out of the blue. For some of you, you're hearing all these things and you are affected by it in a third party sense, you know? You've been the listening ear. You've been the one that people have been coming to vent to about their woes, the woes that they're experiencing. Some of it is karma and some of it is just divine plan. It was their tower moment. It has nothing to do with you. And it has nothing to do with them being a good or a naughty person. It's just life. The strength comes from the resilience, not allowing all of the chaos to have swept you up. Some of y'all just went ahead and went into isolation, hermit mode. There, you said to yourself, you know what? I don't want to deal with the general public today. It is too crazy out there. People are acting a fool. As soon as you opened up your door and stepped over the threshold, there's yelling and screaming out in the street, and somebody just did a hit and run at the corner by the stop sign. You said nope and nope the hell out of there. And you've just been, I'm going to go to work, come home, that's it. Go to work, come home, that's it. Because if I try to do anything else, I'm going to get caught up in these car wrecks and these shouting matches in the middle of the street. It ain't me, not today. And that's what you said. You said not today. You decided not to attend the state fair. You decided to watch the chaos from the comfort of your own home, and you have been safe because of it. And you've been able to move more smoothly through the recent chaos than maybe some other people around you. Lucky you. Niceties, nuities. It's time for triple R. Reset, refocus. What's the third one? Oh, heck, I done forgot it. Reset, refocus. I want to say re-aim, but no, that's not. Reset, refocus, recreate. Why do I want to say recreate? That's not the word either. I don't know. It's going to come to me. It's going to come to me, collective. And as soon as I remember it, I'll let you know what the 3 R's are. But that's where we're at. Maybe I'm not even supposed to tell you what the 3rd R is right now, because you've done reset. That's that toddler phase I mentioned. And now we're on the refocus part. And that's what you need to focus on. You need to focus on your refocus. Now that all that is out of the way, now that all the chaos done happened and this and that, and you've come out pretty much unscathed. Like I said, we all died, the end, and now we're in the rebirth. It was rebirth, reset, refocus. Let's refocus. What are we doing? Where are we going? Sometimes you got to talk yourself through it. You open up your eyes in the morning while you're laying in bed staring at the ceiling. You ask yourself, what day is it? It's Tuesday. Start answering yourself. What time is it? You look over at your clock. It's time to get up. What do I need to do after I get out of this bed? I'm thirsty. I need some water. Start talking yourself through your actions. This is how you refocus, because all that nonsense that just blew over, that tornado, tsunami, typhoon that just went through, okay, it left you in a whirlwind. You're scrambled. Scrambled eggs. Not over easy. You cannot uncrack an egg. So for those of you that have been focusing on the hopelessness or the helplessness, you know, watching that Zeppelin crash down and burn. Oh, is there anything I could have done? Could I have saved those people? Could I have warned them not to go up in the Zeppelin because it was going to crash and burn? No, it's done. It's over with. There's nothing that you could have done. It is outside of your control. Let it go. refocus. Focus on what you can do now, the options available to you in this present moment. If you haven't been aware of the new options that have been made available to you, that's what the full moon is for. The full moon will illuminate what has been in the dark. Refocus. This is like having been sat down at a table, putting a very large 2,500 piece puzzle together. And you almost forgot what you were doing. You forgot what the bigger picture was because you've been sitting in this spot for so long, putting these pieces together in this spot that you don't even know what the puzzle is supposed to turn out like. The vision. Refocus. Stand up from the table. Step back. Take a look. Oh, I can see it now. It's coming together. It's supposed to be an oceanscape with a bunch of dolphins. I remember. I've been working on this blue crab over here, and all I could think about was what this blue crab was supposed to look like. But now I remember this blue crab is a part of a bigger oceanscape that I have been creating. Refocus. I remember what I was doing now. I remember what I was building, and now that I have been given the space to reset, maybe start again or start back up again for some of you, I'm going to take this opportunity to do just that. Refocus. Okay, moving forward. Spirit, what does this collective need to know moving forward? This is about the bigger picture. This is about the bigger picture and how it's coming together. Some pieces you are going to place in yourself. Other pieces are going to just fall into place like they fell from heaven. We don't worry about those pieces. Those pieces are in God's hands. Those pieces are the pieces you have no control over. Focus on the pieces that you have been given, okay? Focus on the section of the puzzle that you were in charge of putting together. Remember, Spirit, the universe, God is always working behind the scenes for you. That's where those other pieces come falling into place. They come from the divine. All right? Glorious. Putting this 2,500 piece puzzle together would probably come along a little easier and maybe even a little quicker if there was an entire team involved. Seeing teamwork makes the dream work, collective. And I feel like during this refocus, you are also looking to reframe that mindset that maybe it's better with company. Maybe it would be nice to come tag along or have somebody tag along with me and put this puzzle together. And this is just a reframe. You are considering it. For others of you in this collective, you are actually adopting the mindset that you would just be better off on your own and that you don't want to work with a team. You don't want a teammate right now. And I said right now. That isolation I spoke of, that hermit mode energy, those that didn't go to the fair and watch the Zeppelin crash and burn, stayed home and watched it on their TV. It may just be you for a hot minute, and you are becoming okay with that. It's actually sounding better and better, because the idea of having to, or feeling like you have to look over somebody's shoulder to make sure they're putting the puzzle pieces in the right place, doing what they're supposed to do, it kind of sounds a little exhausting to you. And you don't want to feel that way. You shouldn't have to feel that way about a teammate, a partner, a coworker, whatever. And it is that idea that sounds more appealing to you. Solo dolo. I'll just do it by myself. It's okay if it takes longer. I'm fine. Thank you, though. Thank you for trying. Pat them on the hand. Thank you for trying. You get an E for effort. Jeez Louise. Heaven help us all. But listen. The Zeppelin disaster was just that. It was a disaster. Okay? It was heartbreaking. It was tragic. All right? For some of you, that chaos we just cycloned through, it was a little tragic. It was despairing. That's a good word. Despairing. And maybe you were so busy, too busy, distracted, that you hadn't even realized how despairing it was. But the distractions actually came in handy, my loves, because it kept you from getting swept up into that despair. And here we are. It is your resilience that has now come through. And it is that resilience that is helping you refocus, reset, refocus. And I still don't have a third word yet. Maybe the third word, that third R, is a fill in the blank for you. Whatever that is. Recreate. Re-envision. Ride 'em, cowboy. I don't know. Whatever that third R is for you, collective. You know better than I do. But listen, let me tell you here now, that is the message I have for you all for this full flower moon. I want to thank you all so much for being here. Please remember that God loves you, and so do I. Until next time. Bye.